Shogun is the best show of 2024 so far. Yes, the TV industry is booming with one great show after another, meaning that we, as the viewers, are less likely to be impressed right now. And despite that, Shogun has managed to exceed all expectations and stand out among all of its competitors. And the interesting thing is, it came from FX of all these places. I mean, there is no way that any of you guys saw this coming. Now, on to the good part. It seems like FX is so happy with the show's performance that it decided to renew it for a second season.
War is coming.
Life and death are the same. Both can have value and purpose.
If you didn't know, Shogun is FX's highest performing series of all time. Yes, you heard it right. No FX TV show, not even The Americans, Nip Tuck, or Sons of Anarchy has reached the popularity of Shogun. The show got 9 million views worldwide within the first week of its release, and its popularity only increased in the upcoming weeks. It became the #1 show on all Disney streaming platforms for weeks and reversed the downfall of Disney single-handedly. I mean, after all those Marvel flops one after another, I can't imagine the relief of Disney officials upon Shogun's unexpected success. Unlike many other series on Disney platforms, Shogun proved that it deserved all that investment and 6 years of making that spanned across the globe, which is impressive to say the least. Naturally now, the producers are looking for a way to capitalize on the series even more. What is the easiest way to achieve that? Well, of course, to simply renew it for one more season. The thing is though, the show perfectly wrapped its story up in season 1. It reached a natural ending that did not leave any questions behind. There are no loose ends, no plot holes, and no plots that are waiting to be completed. So for a while, it seemed very unlikely that, despite the success, there would be a new season in the making. Well, at least up until a couple of days ago when we found out that the show's actor and producers Hiroyuki Sanada signed a deal for a second season of the show, reprising his character as Lord Yoshi Toranaga. Now, if this was about any other actor in the show, we might have questioned the decision, but we have to admit that even though season 1 was perfect as it is, if it was to continue with a second season, having Sanada in it was a must-have. His character, Lord Yoshi Toranaga, is the one who became Shogun and brought peace to Japan, so without him, there is no Shogun. With him, however, there might still be a Shogun, albeit it would be a challenging one now that the majority of the characters are killed off. Without Mariko and Yabushige, I have to admit that I'm not sure what can we expect from the new season of Shogun. They were two of my favorite characters and were highly impactful in the show's success in my opinion. That being said, we still have the characters of John Blackthorne and Lady Ochiba, which is better than nothing, I suppose. Besides, it is important to mention that the book that Shogun was based on has been adapted to the screen in season 1 from head to toe. So for season 2, there is no original material to base the story on. Of course, the author James Clavell has some other works similar to Shogun, but none are directly linked to the original Shogun story. This situation triggers my Game of Thrones memories, as I fear that without the books to follow, the producers will lose the plot and turn a great show into a mess. Of course, it is still quite early to discuss all of these. So far, all we know is that FX has changed its initial stance on the second season and decided to extend the series. Well, at least this is what the deal with Sanada suggests, though we are still waiting for an official statement. Since it took 6 years for the first season to be out, the producers must have mastered the politics of the era and probably got a lot of ideas out of it. Besides, it is clear that the production was huge and took a lot of time to film the show. Thus, we can already assume that FX will take things slowly for the second season as well, working on it religiously for the months to come, and make sure to release a new season that will be as good as the first one, if not better. Regardless, FX needs to make certain details clear in the upcoming weeks so that Shogun can be eligible for the Emmys in the right categories and sweep through the ceremony as everyone expects. Will Shogun be submitted as a limited series or a drama series? The answer to this seemingly simple question will clarify a lot of things regarding the show's future, and I will be here to share every single detail with you guys when the time comes. I have to admit that Sanada somehow becoming involved in the potential second season makes me quite happy, as I've already been an admirer of him even before Shogun. His performances in movies like John Wick and Bullet Train were very memorable for me, and now with his role in Shogun, Sanada solidified his status as an actor to follow for me. Apart from the desire to watch more Sanada and get into the world of Shogun even more, I'm also hoping that the show's success will bring this series with massive production values back to the spotlight. After the disappointment of Game of Thrones, I feel like we have been seeing fewer and fewer series with grand production values, as producers see no value in investing in these shows anymore. Yes, there are some shows out there that attempt to fill the empty space left by Game of Thrones, but none have come as close as Shogun so far. If Shogun manages to release a second season as good as the first one, I think we can confidently claim that we have our new massive hit series at hand that will be named with other legends in the future. Even the thought of it makes me very excited. But what do you think? Did you like Shogun? Do you think the show needs to get a second season, or do you think it would be pushing it? If you are for Shogun Season 2, leave a sword emoji below. If you're against it, I don't know, leave a skull emoji below. Either way, don't forget to click on the videos on the screen to learn more about what's been going on in the TV industry recently. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.